Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
All right, guys, are we recording yet? We are? All right, guys. Oh my God, someone who actually cares?
Excuse me.
Did you just burp again?
Yeah, I did.
Oh God, that's
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. Okay, welcome to Kill
Judy,
Me Now.
are you kidding?
Not. Welcome to Kill Me Now.
You're gonna kill Hennessy. Is what you're gonna kill.
This is what I'm gonna
God.
just let me explain to everyone what's going on. Patrick, who does the board, is not here. Seth is here. Seth is actually alive.
Hit the bell.
Seth Neiman.
Nyman,
same thing.
Are you Jewish?
Yes.
Okay.
Duh.
Hence the bell.
The bell.
Okay, so I rode my bike here, right? And I'm coming down 7th Avenue, and then I couldn't make a left onto 51st Street because it goes west instead of east, so I went down 50th. And I was making a left, and I have this Loomis helmet that has turn signal, so I had my turn signal on. Anyway, I didn't really have the right of way, but I wasn't going to stop, right? And no one had. It just changed, and this woman walks out. I mean, literally, I know I was wrong. You know, I should have stopped for her, but I didn't. Okay, but it wasn't like I was like going 3 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have
And
to make decisions.
She walks out onto the block. Literally, we weren't even going to hit if I was going fast, you know, because the light had just changed, and I was just hugging the corner, and she says to me, "What is wrong with you?"
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "I'm mentally ill." And I rode away.
You should have said to her
The best. That's the best response you could have had.
Or to
Yeah.
say, we don't have that kind of time to get into that.
Right, exactly. But
Don't you have to get to work?
I have my GoPro, but I don't know how to put it on my helmet, and it's like the amount of fights that I get into with truck drivers and people who
See,
just
that's
walk.
would be a great show. That's what
You're
you
leaving
should
money
do.
on the table right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do your
there's
GoPro, yeah.
I'm like, I literally go, "What is wrong?" Like, I'll stop and say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Bring your GoPro next time. I'll put it on your helmet.
Will you burp while you're doing that?
No, but I'll edit your
because-
video.
Can I
Yeah.
just say something about Hennessy?
I might.
Hennessy came over once and decided to. I had just bought this dresser from Pottery Barn, and decided that he was going to attach the cable boxes, the modems and everything, to like drilled holes into it.
It was
God.
one hole.
God.
It was 4 holes. It's 4 holes. I'll take a fucking
Okay, it's
picture of
4
it.
holes.
And 2 things. and wire. And this kind of wire. And it's like, now my thing has a fucking hole. I had just bought it.
Oh my God, from pot.
I can fix that.
Yeah.
No, I'm so done with you.
You are
I
not
did it.
allowed near a drill or furniture ever again.
No, well, first of all, that space was a lot more organized. But I did it in the grooves where the wood grain is.
It doesn't matter. There's holes there.
Well, now I can fill that.
No, I'm not. You're not allowed to touch anything.
You
in
know
my
what I love
apartment
about
anymore.
Hennessy?
What?
He is so serious. You're so like, it's okay. I'll fix it.
No, this is
I will put a
right,
hole
and he
where a hole
just
should be.
fucking he just
Yeah.
makes it worse.
See,
You know?
if she got the furniture from IKEA, that'd be fine. That
Right.
comes with holes. But, you know, Pottery Barn's expensive
Yeah, it was
stuff.
very expensive. I'm moving that into Ben's room, and I'm taking his dresser because I can't fit my clothes. All right.
that's
Anyway,
so okay.
here we are.
I'm glad we worked
Now that we've all
out.
caught
That's
up.
been like 5 years. She's been holding on
Very
to
excited.
that.
Seth is like awake. He has facial expressions.
I drink coffee.
And he's
Hey,
snor-
Judy,
What?
I'm sorry.
You don't mean it,
I really do mean
Are you
it.
sorry about
but you have a smirk.
I don't have a smirk.
Oh, all right.
That's
all
just
right,
how
I
my
accept
face
your
is. It's
apology.
crooked.
Okay.
Hennessy meant to do a good thing. That's what it
I
is,
know.
right?
His intent is always great. He doesn't think things through.
No, I have
And
very
he-
poor
follow through.
No, what is it? Common sense? I don't have common sense.
The other thing is he ghosts. He ghosts all the time where you can't find him.
I'm getting better at that.
But that's really bad. You're in your 30s
no
now.
common
I'm not
sense.
taking any more shit with the. That's why sometimes he's not here for a few weeks because then he ghosts, and you got to stop that shit.
So you just disappear.
There are exterminating. There are
Extenuating. And I
Extenuating
understand that, but you need
Thank
to
you.
communicate
Exterminating.
that. I'm going to be gone from blank to blank.
That's
Are you
I
in
have
an
another
anonymous
job.
relationship?
You know what happens? I get
Overwhelmed.
I get overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
I do
and
too.
get down.
I know.
Right, and you can't do that as an
know.
adult.
I know.
ADULT, adult.
I'm working on that.
I do that though as an adult. And
Okay, you
yeah.
have an excuse. Anything you do is perfect from this point on. Okay, so we're going back to Michelle
hide.
now. Now, Michelle, we're
Where did
at
we
the-
leave off? I don't even remember.
You had
You
you dropped out of high school. You had the German
the beat up stepmother, right?
right. And you weren't allowed to go home after school, so you
Right.
hung around with this girl who died of a heroin overdose, right?
Which one was that?
Wait, didn't you have a
No.
friend who you used to?
That was years ago. Right. Later on, she died of an
right.
overdose.
Okay.
Yeah, when we
and
were
then
friends in second grade. Yeah.
And then you move out of the house.
And I lived with my grandmother again,
Right,
right?
right.
I went to the gay firehouse where the lesbians were so,
Right.
like, I thought I was going to kill myself.
Right, right.
I was 17. Right, and then I moved in with Nettie, who was a heroin addict.
Nettie, your
And
grandmother?
I got out
Oh,
of my
right,
grandma,
right.
and we fell asleep with the candle on, and we didn't
Right,
burn.
right.
Remember that?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Was that
Okay.
where we were?
Yes, we're there,
okay.
there. So-
okay. So that was already, I was 17 or 18 years
Right.
old. 17.
Okay. And so did you ever get a GED?
No, I actually finished high school. I didn't,
all right.
My brother jumped out of high school.
Okay.
I finished it and then moved right to Brooklyn a week later. Remember
Okay.
I said I went to Jersey?
Yes.
JPC? Yeah.
Yes.
I was in Jersey for that 2 years with my
Okay.
fucking crazy stepmother piece
Okay.
of shit.
So then you didn't go to college?
No.
No one in the family went to college. Not Jewish. I'm not ringing the bell for that.
Yeah.
And you
bunch of
started.
dummies.
When did you get your job? Because you had a decent job.
Well, I didn't. What happened was, I first at 17, I moved in with the heroin addict, and I told you we paid $35. Nettie Comes, Puerto Rican.
All right.
So we moved into her apartment, which was in Little Italy. I told you $35 a month, and $35, and we left owing 3 months rent, $90.
Okay.
But-
What year is this? 70.
72.
And that area was not great.
74. No, it was not great
Horrible.
at all. It used
Okay.
to scare me. I would walk through Soho at that time. It was-
Right. Oh, forget it.
Oh, there was, yeah, it was scary.
All right.
But Little Italy was so weird. It's very
Right.
safe. Like,
Right. Because
Yeah.
you know the Italians.
the Italians
And the
would
mob
get
and all that.
anybody in there.
yeah, that's what we meant.
If you were a person of
VP.
color, you didn't get out of there.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was like, woof. So, so then I did something kind of illegal to get money to
What?
move us. I can't say because I could get in trouble. Anyway,
it's,
so
it's statute of limitations.
no, there isn't. Not
There
on this
isn't?
one. No.
Oh, so she killed someone. Go ahead.
Did you kill someone?
No.
All right.
No. All right.
All
Anyway,
right. Are you going to write it
so-
down for me so I can just react to it? I won't say it.
But I think I could get in because it's not even in my book. But
Okay, go ahead.
okay.
This is
Wait,
so
she's writing it down.
So you can. Are you going to say it?
No, I
she's
just
not
said
gonna
I'm
say
going to
it.
react.
No, I think I could.
Oh,
still
yeah,
get
yeah. Really?
Yeah, because I'm not.
What?
Not. Okay, if all of you were here, I hope there's no camera. I don't trust you.
Oh, okay, got
I'm
it.
this guy.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and so I don't know what's happening.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Do you know? All right.
to get some money. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
There's really nothing that you did wrong there. I mean, like you can't
Oh
get
yeah,
in
yeah.
trouble.
Well, I kind of could because I mean, if I say that.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not talking in the
Okay.
sweet spot.
Okay, so
See,
she
now-
didn't
oh my God!
murder
Wait,
anyone.
I just need to say something. Seth got up to make sure that Michelle was speaking into the mic.
Where?
Has Patrick ever done that?
No.
Okay, go. I mean, I love Patrick, but
It's
go ahead.
Patrick's not Jewish,
Right? No.
Oh,
but Seth
exactly.
is. Ding.
Damn.
So
Okay.
go ahead.
So okay, so anyway, so here I was, 18 when that happened, and I
Right.
moved me and my heroin addict girlfriend to another apartment. We,
Right.
like I said, we skipped out in the middle of the night,
Right.
and we left our dog there. How high were we?
No way.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
Oh, it was the cute. It was her dog. The cutest dog name
That's
was
fucking-
Duffy. And so here we are in our new apartment on Thompson Street, right by Bonnie and Clyde's.
Right.
I think I told you. And all of a sudden I'm sitting there, because we did a lot of stuff back then, I told you. So we're sitting there and I'm like, what's missing? And I'm like, where's Duffy?
Oh my God.
We left this poor dog in this apartment, and it was, by Chinatown. And
Did you go get him?
Oh yeah, ran
right.
back, and all these little Chinese kids were on top of playing with my Duffy, and Duffy looked like help. Get me. So I brought Duffy back to the apartment. We just completely. And so now the money I made, I got us that apartment, because I told you the other apartment was cockroaches and there was no lights.
Right.
The electricity wasn't
Now
working.
you're in a nice apartment on Thompson Street.
We're on Thompson Street, right by Bonnie and Clyde's.
Right.
So I'm 18, and I'm trying to work. And so I got a job at the deli up the block. There was the deli there. And I get held up by gunpoint.
What? Mm-hmm. This story, I can't. Go ahead. While you're working?
Yeah.
Are you behind the counter?
Yeah, behind the counter.
At the end of all this, she just goes, just kidding.
All right, yeah.
No. I actually first was, before that happened, because we had no money, I was stealing. So I wasn't about to give up my money to a gun.
I just had to do that.
Yeah.
What were you stealing?
Well, I was stealing, like at the end of the night, Nettie would come. It'd be just me and this moron back at the deli counter who never, paid attention. I could walk out with the
Did he own it?
No, the owners were not there, but he was left late at night with me and it was around the corner from my house. So Nettie would come down and I'd give her bags and bags of groceries. Mm-hmm. So we had food. And then I started to, a few dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple of bucks.
Did you feel guilty?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I was doing what I had to. I know.
Yeah. You were just trying to survive.
Well, I was trying to survive. I mean,
they didn't have cameras then.
No, no, nothing.
Now you can't even fucking take a shit and steal toilet paper.
You can't take a pack of gum. It's ridiculous.
I record you taking shits.
We're going to record you burping. You keep that up.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
So I would start to take money. I think what happened, then the guy comes in. And I found out later the kid that came with the gun was my super son. And I never met. One of his sons.
So he comes in, you're behind the counter. What does he say?
He says, give me your money.
And he showed you the gun?
Right. And I said, look, can we work something out here?
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, I made him laugh. I go,
Seth is reading and not fucking paying attention. Go ahead. Wow. Go ahead.
So I said to him, I was laughing. I made him, my humor saved my life.
Right.
My whole, all the time.
Right.
So I said, look, I normally steal from this place.
No, you didn't.
I told him. I said, and, because I need the money and blah, 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 so maybe we could go halfsies.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, I said to him. And the guy in the back didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Right.
So he left, and I ended up, he took some money. And then
how much?
That was a perfect way of me getting money.
Right.
It was held up.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you could take more.
So I could take.
So you pocketed like the whole register?
No, he took most, and I took some.
How much? About?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Hundreds?
What that was. Maybe that was 1970s.
Yeah, maybe.
That is fucking inspiring to me. You took a hold up and you turned it around and make it work for you.
I did. Can you imagine that?
That is
like,
why
were you nervous you were going to get shot?
I was a little bit, but then I kind of I don't know, I kicked into this
you're such a
make
badass.
him laugh a little bit.
Right.
You know
what I mean? It disarms people.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And pun intended. Go ahead.
Oh, God
that was good. That was good, Judy.
You.
Yeah, that was good. That's why you're successful.
Oh,
and
shut up.
And I'm going to the dentist.
No,
that's what I do.
Okay. So, all right. So
that all
did
happened.
he come back? Did you have a deal?
No.
Okay, that was it. It was a one-time
We should have
thing.
made you come every week.
Right,
so because of that, and then
Did you ever bump into him at the apartment?
No, I know.
And you never said to your super, your son's a fucking
No,
asshole.
I found this out way later on,
later
on, because I think he got arrested for some other.
Shocking. All right, so then you're doing that. So you work at the deli.
For a while,
after
but then
deli.
finally, the deli is like, boy, we're not making the money we once made. And they're on to me.
Right.
Yeah, they're on to me. Damn. So I get fired, and I didn't go to jail. I just got fired.
Yeah. And did you feel guilty?
No, at that time I didn't. Now I'm guilty about everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, you
I take too much coffee in my cup when it's self-serve, and I'm like, I shouldn't do this.
Right.
Yeah. So, but in those days, it was survival mode.
Right,
And I was
okay.
young, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
So then...
you get fired from deli.
So I get fired from the deli, and then I go to Bonnie and Clyde's, and I get a
Right.
job waitress. No, I was I was
Waitressing?
waitressing there at Bonnie and Clyde's.
That's good money.
That was, well, in those days it was
Yeah.
the jukebox and
Yeah.
all of that. I did okay, but it turns out actually I'm all confused. Because I was working there first at 17, and then they threw me out because I wasn't 18. And then I went
right.
back
Then now
there.
you went back.
Then I went back, and I was working there, and doing that, and I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I really
Right.
didn't. I was like all over the place, and then
That's fair.
yeah, I was like, what the,
So you're working there.
and it's so funny because you say that because I'm in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm like, is this a Jewish girl's life?
But who is that? Well, it wasn't you. You weren't you. You were just surviving.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, this is not how I heard other Jews live. You know what I mean? This is, sort of like a shiksa life. Anyway, I'm
Right.
sorry if I said that. People
That's
get
funny.
pissed off.
No.
No, Shix is fine.
So then, what happened? I don't know. See, because I forget where we left off last time. Did I tell you about my stealing at 12? I did tell you that.
Yeah,
one,
we're
right?
done. We're done with the
kids. Okay, so then.
Because this will be a 10-part episode. All right. So then you work at Bonnie and Clyde's. Are you still doing drugs?
Well, I'm still living with Nettie. I'm working with the thing, and we're still doing all kinds of drugs. And now I'm working at this bar, and I don't, and I'm thinking, where am I going?
Right.
So I have lunch with my brother Jerry, and and there he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm working at the bar, and blah 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 blah. And he's like, this is, he got this job at this company.
And he's not a druggie or
No.
anything. Okay.
I'm afraid when he has one glass of wine.
Okay.
We're completely different. He's
All right.
so Jewish.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be 2 bangs on that one.
Okay.
And so he says
Wait,
to me,
Jerry was the youngest?
my oldest brother.
The oldest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right. He kind of checked out early.
Yeah,
he was like,
checked
I
out early.
can't.
Yeah, with this fucking lady, this
Right.
abusive stepmother.
Okay.
Who, by the way, years later, I saw her. My sister had given birth, so that's her daughter, my stepmother's daughter.
Oh, no.
Yeah, take
that
away
away.
that.
That's right.
Unbeep.
Suck it back.
Suck it back.
Go ahead.
So so we all had to go. I wanted to see my sister's baby.
Wow.
And she was there, my stepmother, and she thought I was my brother's wife. She had no idea who I was.
Oh, she's a fucking asshole.
Oh my God!
Who are you?
Oh my God!
Who are you, Michelle? Who is that? Is that your wife?
Why are you still alive?
Why are you here? I thought I got rid of you. All right. So, okay.
I love that accent. She does it so well.
I know. It's kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
kinda
then,
spooky.
all right. So then your Jerry says, get a job.
So he says, "I'll hire you. Come to my company, and then
You got a
you know,
job.
Yeah, we'll hire you, blah, 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 blah." Well, I had to go meet with one of the guys, but the company started it was like 8 people in the whole place. You know what I mean? It was the
Right.
beginning of...
What's the?
Yeah, that's
what was
cool.
the what did the
This
company
was the
do?
company I worked for
Right.
many, many
What did
years.
it do?
It was it was software development,
Now,
computer,
did
blah, blah, blah.
you feel like a real person then?
Well, when I first started it, they had no clients. We had they had one client. Remember Q magazine?
yes.
That was our client doing
Okay.
those movies and
Right.
the thing. So most of the week we played cards, me and the other data entry
Right.
people, and then we'd work one day a week on this Q magazine or once every 2 weeks. And I'm like, this is the best job I ever had.
Wait, did you did you
Except
get
for
health
the hours, except for the freaking hours
What
where I
were
had
the
to be in 9 a.m. I'm not a morning person.
Okay, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Did you have to wear like a normal outfit and stuff?
Yeah, a little dress, but not too much. Not in dress. I did wear a dress later on. I used to get all dressed,
Right.
But no, you had to be decent. They
Right,
didn't
you
impose
couldn't-
you didn't have to wear
Okay.
dresses and
And did you did this help you psychologically
Well,
getting up and going to a place and being, a human being and not
Well, that was nice, but then
still on drugs?
well, what happened was, this is weird. I'm dating. I'm still living in the village with Nettie. Mm-hmm. And we had these friends. This is the funniest. Linda, who passed away a couple of years ago.
What's her last name?
Wadsworth it was. But that was her married name. She was with this woman, Roseanne, for 7 years. And we met them at maybe it was Bonnie and Clyde's. Mm-hmm. And they had an apartment in the Bronx. and would invite me and Nettie over on the weekends.
Right.
And it was like, for us, it was like
going to the country.
Like, exactly, going
Right.
to the country. It was like going to the Hamptons, this
Right.
apartment. It was like, oh my God, we're going to the country this weekend, the apartment in the... Well,
Right.
it turns out that Linda had a thing for me. And Nettie and her girlfriend kept accusing, and we kept denying. And then one morning, Linda was a hairdresser. I'm sitting in the kitchen table. Linda gets up, gives me a kiss, and who walks into the goddamn room at the same time? Roseanne. I knew it. So Nettie almost kills me.
Wait a minute.
She goes, I knew you were cheating.
She kissed you
While I was
tongue.
sitting. Well, just came over and gave me a kiss on the lips the same time her
But
jealous girlfriend.
it wasn't.
No, it would look like a romantic sexual kiss. I guess it was. Well,
I mean,
tried
had
to
you
deny
kissed her
it.
before?
Yeah, we've been fooling around.
Oh my God! You're such an asshole.
Yeah, we've been cheating. We've been going to hotel.
All right.
And to me, she was the older woman. I loved it. I was 19.
Right.
She was like 25. To me,
Okay.
do you imagine 25, the older woman?
Right. So I know.
25. She's an older woman. I'm so excited.
So she
I swear to
kisses
God.
you.
She kisses me, and her way jealous girlfriend walks in the room the
Elisa.
exact same
Yeah.
time. Roseanne, her name was.
No, I'm saying Elisa's really jealous.
Is she?
Oh my God. Go
Is she?
ahead. Yes.
But she has no reason to be.
Right. That's the thing.
I love Elisa. I do. She's so cute.
She wanted
sweet.
to be here when you were here.
Oh, I miss her. I like her.
Whatever. Yeah. Go ahead.
So anyway, she comes. I knew it. She calls Nettie. Well, fucking Nettie almost killed me, man. She had me in a choking me.
No way.
Oh yeah. She was a real, hot Puerto Rican,
Right.
with
Yeah.
a temper, and she's like, "You did that," because she wasn't happy about me.
Did she start screaming in Spanish at you?
I don't remember. All I know
Too
is
bad we can't stick her on Trump. Go ahead.
I don't even know if she's
Right.
still alive. That's the one
Right.
person I can't find on Facebook.
Go ahead.
I gotta find her. Anyway, so
I dated Puerto Rican chicks too.
I'm
Okay.
Puerto Rican now. Anyway,
Not about you.
so anyway, I ended up.
Says you.
This is how I ended up living in the Bronx. Don't even ask me. I gave Nettie my village apartment.
What?
Can I kill myself now?
The Thompson Street
Yes.
apartment because you felt guilty?
No,
or no?
I just moved. What happened was
You moved in with what's her name?
Yeah, because she was going to kill me in that village
Right.
apartment, and Roseanne almost beat the shit out of me. I was getting it from both. This
Where
one
did
goes,
Roseanne go?
They go off to work. Linda goes off to work to cut her hair, and the two of them are fucking killing me in the Bronx apartment. So I couldn't stay at home with Nettie. She was beside herself, and then Linda's like, "You got to live with me," because Roseanne. Next thing I know, her father comes with a car, and I'm moving to the Bronx. It was like I don't even know how the fuck that happened. I don't even know how that happened.
So Roseanne moved out.
So now, Roseanne moved out. I moved in.
With Linda.
That is so
With Linda.
lesbian of you.
Ugh, I didn't want to.
I know, but that's like you
Yeah,
are the lesbian joke.
I was so young,
Okay.
man.
All right, go.
And Nettie got my rent controlled studio. I mean, not studio, rent controlled apartment in the village.
Okay.
Anyhow, so then I ended up. Long story longer. So I ended up living with her. I was miserable. I was there for years, and I.
Were you cheating?
I thought about it every day. I did cheat. There was one woman I was always in love with. I'll never forget Norma.
Norma?
Norma. Her name
Norma
was.
what?
Norma Moreno. Another Puerto Rican. What was
Yeah,
with
you
me?
love the Puerto
What was
Rican.
happening?
You're
I
a
was doing
masochist.
That's your
yeah.
type.
Yeah, no,
You're a
not really.
masochist.
I
All
don't
right,
know
go
what
ahead.
it is.
You
I
like
know.
the Latin girls.
No,
Go ahead.
not really. I don't know how that.
All right,
At the
whatever.
time I did. Anyway, so
You needed discipline in your life and a little.
So to move a little fast, Linda and I finally broke up because I was so young when I got involved and I didn't want to live.
Right,
blah,
right,
blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah. And all this time I'm working at that company.
Right.
So then I move into this other building. I move out of Linda's and I stay in the Bronx because now I have friends in the Bronx. So I
Right.
stay in the Bronx. I move into this building where it's women. Sandy lives upstairs. And her cousin is like all three women in this crazy building. And I used to throw parties that were out of this-
Lesbies?
Yeah.
Oh.
One was a leslie.
Uh-huh.
The other one was straight.
Okay.
Now Sandy says to me, "Hey, you want to make some money? You want to make some extra money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do." She goes, "This is what's going to happen."
What's Sandy's last name?
I don't remember.
Jewish? Sandy's a
I
Jewish. All right,
don't
no.
think
Okay.
so. I don't
Could
think
be.
so.
Wait.
I think I was the only Jew who lived on that block in the Bronx. They were all Italian.
Okay.
So she goes, these stores are going to call you. You write down the numbers. There'll be 5 stores. One will call you, and they'll go like 20/80 for $4, for whatever. She says, and then it'll be, when you're done with that, there'll be another store that'll call you. She said, but don't fuck up the numbers. So it turns out I was taking numbers for them, and then some guy would come and pick up these sheets. In those days, there was no, that's how the numbers were run.
Wow.
Okay, store this, 20/80 for 50, 20, and then I'd so fast. And all I kept thinking about is, I fuck up a number, that's the end of my life.
Right.
I kept thinking The Godfather, it's all over, you know what I mean? And so, she would, then this guy would come and pick up the numbers and pick up the numbers. I'd do this week after week after week until I finally.
Wait, so you had to be at home, or were you?
Oh no, I had to be at home.
Because there were no cell phones.
No, it was the phone on the wall and the whole 9 yards. And I was, it was once a week, and then this guy would come. But I always had this fear that I fucked up a number.
Right.
Because I'm a little, sometimes when I write numbers the other way around. And
Did you ever fuck up a number?
No, but I a couple of had to cross out and rewrite, so they didn't like that.
Right?
Because it looks like I fixed it.
Hey, listen, bitch. I just want to let you know, you're doing a good job. And, I can't deal with a cross-out number.
Yeah.
You understand? You
look,
understand?
Bitch,
I said you understand. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a terrible Italian accent.
Yeah,
Shut up.
That is, yeah. I'm going to have to kill you or you do this again, all right?
All right,
You're going
that's
to be
good.
dead.
That's
all right?
sexy.
You're going to be dead.
You're
You
gonna
don't
be
do
dead.
this again,
That's
okay?
Right. Everybody's going to be
Listen.
dead. Your family will die. Everybody in the building
You gotta
will die.
write it down, okay? If you cross it out, then you fucking put it on another piece of paper, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's exactly how it went down.
So you were like, okay. And how much money did you get for this?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
All right, go ahead.
I don't remember. My friend Sandy was like, oof, into all kinds of thievery. So eventually I stopped because I started to get like, I'm like, counting minutes till they come and they slit my throat. So that came to an end. And then, so I lived in this apartment for a while, and then I still worked at this company. And I was going to tell you about my moving into Riverdale and my brother and his wife who committed suicide. She jumped off the terrace there and all that. So I moved. I don't know. I'm trying to remember all those. There's a big blank spot in.
Yeah, but there is. I will tell you about the banks. All right, so then you did.
So then I ran numbers. What else?
You ran the numbers, and you was working at. Let's get into the stand-up comedy because I love the jokes.
Yeah,
because I'm German.
Here's how my stand-up comedy started. So there I was, and I was living with Linda and all my friends in the Bronx, and we would have we'd all get together, and I was a big fan of Bette Midler. So so I would always do a lip sync. I'd impersonate. Everybody was like, "Oh, you look like Bette." And at that time, I don't know what happened. I had bigger tits. I don't know where they went. So I'll
tell you what's happened.
So they're now on the ground. So anyway, so we I would do Bette Midler impressions. Oh my God, you're so good. You're so good. So there was a club up in Yonkers called the Playroom. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was a gay. That's when they had men and women would go to the same clubs. With so many drag queens, and every drag queen did Shirley Bassey at that time. This is my life. Oh my God, yeah, so dramatic. Ththese men, with this is my life. So there was a contest, a drag queen contest. So my friends entered me to do Bette Midler. Imagine me in a drag show. So I
can see it.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Female drag. So I got all this. I got this high heels. I got these things, and I think probably a big red wig at the time. Whatever she looked like.
Who did your makeup?
I don't know.
Okay, that's the blank spot. We found it.
That was not a good question.
I love the way she's looking at you.
It is a great
go.
question.
I was young then. I didn't need a lot of makeup.
All right, go.
You were at a drag show, honey.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. That's true. So anyway, I did this little Bette Midlery thing, and I went wild. I used to do Leader of the Pack.
Leader of the pack.
Vroom.
But I was on a tricycle.
Oh, that's funny.
So funny.
Okay, so then.
So I kind of won, and they booked me.
Oh, at the Yonkers.
Yeah,
Okay.
to do my
Appropriation.
own show.
Right.
Like now I'm doing a drag show my own drag show
Wow.
at the Playroom.
Okay.
And I'm like, I know why I did. I drank so much. That's why I entered the contest. You know, sober, I'd be like, get the fuck. So now I'm like, oh my God, I'm telling my friends I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. You got to do it. Blah, blah, blah. We hang out there. You got to go. So I ended up doing this thing, and they paid me, I don't know, like $100, $50, whatever it was. It was like, oh my God, I made money doing this.
The gays pay.
Yeah, hey, you know, in those days.
Did you get the numbers right?
Yeah. And right, exactly. I didn't have to worry about having my throat slit. So, so then I ended up doing private parties, doing Bette Midler.
That's so great.
Isn't that the funniest thing? So now all of these.
Seth got up again, by the way,
to
Seth,
fix
you're
the
so
mic. Good. Yeah, I keep moving.
Patrick's never gotten up. Go.
So now I'm getting booked by mostly lesbians that do.
Right.
Michelle is Bette. I have all these flyers. Michelle is Bette Midler. Is this the craziest thing?
I love it.
Then there was a lesbian club in Brooklyn called. I'll get back to that. Oh, Sweet Sensations. Mm-hmm. Is that not a great Sweet Sensations?
So fucking lesbian.
Is that and as a matter of fact, the woman Sally that owned it, we're still on Facebook. You know.
What's Sally's last name?
Sally. I have to look it up. I don't remember.
Jewish?
I don't know.
Okay, go.
Sally Sensation.
You know that's the only reason why I asked for the last name.
I know. So we
I
could
could
do
ring the bell. All right, go ahead.
I don't know. I
All
don't
right,
think so.
keep
Anyhow,
going.
So now she was hiring me to do Bette Midler. And do it. I'm telling you, I made a whole career.
Yeah.
So here I am. Now I'm at my company still during the day, and I'm getting promoted till I.
And you're making decent money.
Yeah, until I was dealing cocaine from there. But anyway, so it just gets better.
I'm sure there's Jews that
what
deal
year
cocaine.
are we at? Where?
I don't
what
know.
year
We're in
are
the
we
80s,
at?
maybe. Now we're in the 80s.
Okay, go.
Yeah,
So
cocaine.
I did. Oh yeah. Oh God, I.
So
can't
you're in the
believe
mid
what I did.
80s, or
Okay, so I'm not working in the day at this company, and I keep getting promoted. I got promoted from that thing to the manager
Right.
to the thing. Da, da, da.
So you're very functional during the day.
Yeah, functional
Okay.
during the day, and then
Okay.
I'm Bette Midler. It's like two different, lives. So then, Sheescape. You remember Sheescape?
Yes!
Yeah, remember that?
Yes.
Oh my God! So I was the 1985 lip sync winner.
No way. At Sheescape?
You know who the politician Rosie Mendez?
Yes.
I
Yes.
beat her.
Nice.
She was
Wow.
doing. I don't know who she came up to me. I love her, Rosie. She comes up to me. She goes,
you
I
love the
don't think
Spanish
you
girls."
remember this. What? You beat me. She was number 2 in the
That's
contest.
hilarious.
Is that funny? I'm like, who were you?
Okay, go.
So anyway, so I won that, and I was doing the Bette Midler and this, that, and
Yeah.
the other, and blah 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 blah. And so that gave me a taste of, hey, I'm kind of enjoying this,
Right,
like
right.
But I couldn't do Bette.
But you were
yeah.
drunk on stage.
Oh, I was mostly drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I would start
Now-
doing like a little comedy of my own in between.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question. Could you go on stage drunk now?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I could. Yeah, I could. I mean, I'm not always drunk, but I could. I mean, unless I'm really drunk.
But do you do it?
Sometimes not drunk. I have maybe a half a drink or a drink.
Oh, I can't.
And I'm not. You
I
can't?
No.
Like I'll on the cruises. A lot of times
No.
I'll have a.
We're
glass,
getting to the cruises in a moment.
a glass
ladies
of
and
vodka before I go on.
No.
Anyhow,
You
Never.
had a martini during our live show, and you were great.
What live show?
We did a live show at Caroline's.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yeah, but that wasn't doing stand-up.
That's true.
why
I
you don't
can't-
think if one martini and you
Now,
can't
I've
just
tried
stand
to
up?
have like a half a glass of wine, and I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
I'm so...
Well, I've also
Focused.
seen you
Yeah.
drink and be the MC at things, which is kind of like
Oh,
stand
right,
up.
right,
and you've
right.
Been great.
I think we're trying to talk her into drinking. That's what
really
this sounds like
No,
now.
that's like
I
if
think
I'm
you
at a
could be an
big event.
alcoholic. Yeah.
If I'm at a big event and they're having like a cocktail
Yeah.
thing, but it's not that
Yeah.
I'm doing my act and like, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's so funny.
You're drunk right
if
now.
I just have to introduce people.
Most of the time we'd say, you really don't need a drink. You're good enough. We
Right.
were talking her into drinking.
This
Yeah.
is ridiculous. I don't even. I'm
Okay,
really
so
So
go
drunk.
ahead.
anyway,
so you start. Then when do you get into the stand up?
Okay, so
because the
then-
80s
yeah,
is
the
the
80s.
perfect time
Oh.
to start to
well,
do
let me
stand-up.
tell you how I started doing stand-up, because I know that's the question, so I should tell you. So in the 80s, I was working still at this company, and this is relevant, and I got into very heavy cocaine. Very heavy. Because it was the 80s. I was
course.
making good money, too,
Right.
at my career.
So you put it up your nose.
Oh, my God. That's where my retirement is. It's something, we're up there
What
in my
would you
nasal
do
cavity.
right now with
Okay.
all the money you wasted on drugs and?
I don't know, buy nice coffin. Who the
Okay,
fuck
go ahead.
knows what I got?
Go ahead. That gets a bell.
Wouldn't be here telling these stories.
Oh, wait till you hear this story. So now I'm in sales. I'm almost the vice president of sales in this company.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
In your brother's company.
My brother's company. And he left and came back because he left. So there I am. I'm very successful. I'm doing sales calls, and I'm doing so much cocaine that, it's awful. So I go on a sales call. I'm looking at this woman. I'm showing her the contract. So this is what we'll do. The next thing, I throw up all over her, all over the contract, all over the desk.
Did you
just, all over, projectile.
But did you have any idea it was coming? Or
No,
it was like George Bush?
No,
George
it was like all of a sudden
George-
I didn't eat. I was on so much coke, and all of a sudden I'm looking at her, and this is in my first thought. I'm going, why is she moving around so much?
Right.
She didn't move at all. I saw her go back and forth. I just had a. So my company had to come and carry me home. And
Wait a minute. I need to go more in the projectile vomit thing. So she's. So you're sitting there.
And I just,
and how much coke are we talking about? Was it you get up in the morning and do coke
all day?
And then all day. Did you ever sleep?
Very little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there.
I was playing Scrabble by myself at 4 a.m.
Okay. That's.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, what's right? Or I'd be painting baseboards. Be like, I need to paint a baseboard.
Right. Okay.
Like
so
that. Yeah.
you're sitting there.
Terrible.
And it's all over her. What's
the
her
desk.
expression?
She's a little horrified, but here's the thing. When they
Did you get that client?
I did.
No way!
Yes, I did. Because I said I had this virus. Who's going to think it's coke? I came down with a bad virus. So I told my company I got this bad virus.
That's how good she is,
They
folks.
never, ever suspected me of anything.
And your brother has no idea?
No idea. He is so not drug or alcohol. He's like from a different family altogether.
Right.
So they take me home. They put me to bed and blah, blah, blah. How's your virus?
What did you throw up if you didn't eat? What came out?
Something I had 40 years before.
Right.
I don't know what it was.
That she got at the deli.
Oh my God. I would, every now and again, I force
Groceries from
myself
the
to
deli.
have food so I could do more coke.
Right.
So then what happened was, and then I, because I'm Jewish, ring the bell. I was like, I'm spending a lot of money. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start dealing it. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Then you don't have to pay for your coke.
That's right. Am I going to get arrested from this podcast? Is there a statute? This was in the 80s. It's too, I'm a much better person now.
All right, go ahead.
So now I do Lipitor. Anyway, so so Jewish. Anyway, so now I figure out a way. I tell this one. I had this girlfriend who was she's Chinese from Thailand. At that time, I didn't care if you had money. So you
left the Latins.
She was I went to the Chinese.
Yeah.
So she was. I had whites in between. I had them all. And she was so crazy about it. I did well back in the old days.
Right.
So she was crazy for me. And she had money, I don't know from where. I swear, everybody go, where'd she get this money? I go,
because
I have no
it's
idea.
always from the parents. Go ahead.
Oh, God, rich.
Family. People who are exceedingly rich.
Yeah.
Have family money. Always.
Because I say, what do you do for a living? Are we going to get shot at from the Chinese mafia?
Right.
What do you do? So, as a matter of fact, I got my new apartment, and I go, I need wall-to-wall carpeting. Next thing you know, wall-to-wall carpeting. So, I said, you shouldn't have. But I need a piece in the bedroom.
Right.
So anyway,
Sugar mom.
Yeah, she was. So I borrowed money from her. I said, I'm going to get it all back for us. Give me about, and this was the 8. Give me about $4,000, $3,000.
Right.
Oh, so I buy the coke. Look at me. All of a sudden, I'm saying it like this.
I know.
I buy the coke.
Go on.
Speak up!
Yeah.
Speak up, Michelle.
I can't believe I'm letting you all know. You know what? I'll be dead soon, so who gives a
shut
shit?
the fuck
Can
up.
you
Go.
wait?
Yeah.
May I take one pause really quick? Michelle was really nervous that people didn't enjoy her show or was judging her based on her last couple
my
shows.
God, people loved it.
They did, but I really need the audience to write in specifically on this show on Facebook and tweet at Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let her
You
know.
gotta let Michelle know.
Let her know
nervous.
what you think of the
Nervous,
show.
yeah.
She is a comic and has very low
But it's-
self-esteem. So please tweet at her right on the Facebook
No, but
page.
it's
Tell
also
me
you're
now.
helping people.
Yeah.
You're helping people
Am I?
by telling.
Because I was so worried, and I was like, I can't believe. And
but it's interesting. It's like, look how you ended up. Like it's like people are in this now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they think there's no way out, and they're probably going to be found, OD'd somewhere.
Right.
You're surviving. You're an entertainer. You're well respected.
Also, this is entertaining as fuck.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are great
okay,
stories.
so go ahead.
Because when I left, I was like, oh, who wants to hear all about
Oh my
that?
God! Everyone says that when they leave.
Oh
Go.
God.
Please,
They do.
please write in, and we want to hear from you about all of our guests on Facebook, on Twitter,
Okay,
and
shut
everything,
up.
but-
Go.
And tweet me. I need more followers.
Yeah,
What's your
Michele
Twitter?
Balan.
I'm getting very low self-esteem.
I just followed you just
You
now.
did?
Yes.
You are Michelle
What do I have? 8
_
followers now? Anyway.
Michele Balan.
1906.
Balan.
Yeah, if I could get make me feel good
All
about
right,
myself.
go. Just go. I want to
So-
get you're dealing cocaine now with the
Okay, so
$4,000.
now-
Michelle, what is your Twitter while people have their
My
phones
name,
out?
MicheleBalan. My name, Michele Balan.
Okay,
I
go.
found it really quick.
You
Great.
did?
Follow Michelle, tweet at her, tell her how
All
much
right,
you
go.
love her
All
story.
right,
Tweet at me.
I'm in the fucking. Go ahead.
Okay. So I borrow this money, so now I go and I buy big quantities.
Like, what's a big quantity?
At that point, I don't know what.
All
they,
right, go
were they
ahead.
8 balls. What were they?
Yeah,
But,
8 balls. Yeah.
So now,
not that I know. Go.
I go buy. Okay, I'm a Jew. Ding.
What?
I'm getting really into the business. I
Yeah.
go and I get a scale. I go and I get an acetol, which is what you cut it with.
Oh, okay.
Blah, blah,
Oh, very
blah.
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't. We used. I didn't.
Baking
when I
soda?
I heard that people used razor blades. Go.
No,
You
cut
mix
it
it
with.
in. You mix it in.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Judy didn't
yeah,
sell.
Yeah. No,
I
razor
didn't.
blades. That was for my wrists.
All right. Go
So
ahead.
then-
Nice. How many L's in Michelle?
1 L.
Okay, go.
And 1 L about yeah.
Cutter jokes.
So
Go ahead.
when I ran out of Coke, I snorted Sweet and Low. Anyhow,
Hey,
so
Jewish.
hey, we'll be
Go
right
ahead,
back.
Sweet and Low. Go
So
ahead.
now I'm in my apartment. I lived in the village. I bought an apartment. I actually had enough.
Wow.
Yeah, I owned an apartment, which I don't have now. So I bought an apartment. I lived in the village with the doorman, and I'd be making up all these little bags of cocaine, blah, 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 blah. And my doorman had to know, because people, the people that
out.
would come into my building looking for me, like,
Wow.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
all came
So-
to you.
right, because that's where
And
I
he
was.
let
Were you
them in.
nervous
And he
about the doorman, or would you tip him out?
You know what? At that point, I didn't think
Well,
about
you have
anything.
to tip over the holidays.
Yeah,
But also,
yeah.
you're a white woman,
Who's
so
okay? So, but it gets worse. So
Wait,
now,
are you still using the Coke at
Oh,
this
my
point?
God.
Okay, go.
that's,
you know.
that's the whole reason she started doing it in the first
yeah,
place. Which
and
is,
then I never.
I
gave-
know.
Yeah.
Go.
So, in the meantime, my girlfriend is like, so what's? Because I told her, you give me 3,000, I'm gonna make 30,000 for us. So she keeps calling me. What happened to the money? It doesn't happen overnight. Meanwhile, I'm snorting. It's all
Right.
gone. Half
Yeah.
of it's up my. So I never paid her back. I don't know where she is. I told her she went to Thailand to visit her family, and
Okay.
I was like, anyhow. So now I start dealing it. Now I'm an executive at my company. An executive.
Wait, so let's review.
Okay.
Executive, Coke addict, Coke dealer.
Right.
I've,
At my
I've seen
lesbian.
Nurse Jackie.
Still,
Go ahead.
Still Bette
Yes.
Midler too? You're still doing the Bette Midler at the same time?
And I'm doing Bette Midler.
Wow.
I'm a
Really?
very busy
Nice
woman.
addition, Seth.
And I'm still doing the bet. Not as
look at me
much.
like that.
Not as much because you know what happens with Coke? You stop leaving the house. Did you know that? You get
No.
so paranoid. I started to sit and cower, going, they're out there waiting for me. That's what happens.
Yeah, I know.
You start to get that. Oh my God, I can't leave my house.
Any
I would
stimulant
leave,
starts
and
to
I
do
would.
that.
I swore everyone stopped, looked at me, and talked about me. I couldn't even go out to go downstairs to do my laundry. I was like, oh my God. And another sales call, I had blood coming from my nose. On another sales call.
That's what I thought you were going to say
Oh,
before
no,
you
first it
said
was the
projectile.
drug.
All
That
right,
was
okay, okay. I can't with the visuals. Go ahead.
So anyway, so now I'm dealing. So what happened was, now I'm having these people come to my company. That's how
Oh
out of
my
my
God.
fucking mind I was.
And your brother's not like.
people are like, or I meet them downstairs and I'm giving them. Do you know? I could have gotten my brother fired.
Right.
I could have fucked up.
Right.
So many people's lives,
Okay.
especially my brother,
Okay.
doing what I was. And the best was one time I'm in the public bathroom for the rest of the company, snorting, and the little vial went flying underneath.
No.
And I'm like, oh my God! Imagine.
I remember those. I've seen them in the movies. God.
So what happened? So it clinks
Thank
against
God,
the...
yes. Oh my God, I go running out, da-da-da-da-da. And then I just was, it got so bad that this is how I quit, though. This is the weirdest thing.
Good. This is good.
This is how God, I do believe there's,
something.
There's something, an intervention. So I go to Fire Island with my friend, and we're in Cherry Grove. Remember the old days?
Oh, that's gay.
Yeah.
Gay. Sorry, I meant gay.
Yeah, that's gay.
I need a gay bell.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you should have a gay bell. Yeah.
Hey.
That would be good. That would be good. That
that's good.
Mary. So
Hey.
So
Go ahead.
so we're at we're in the Ice Palace, and that was the days where
Hi.
you would dance all day. I mean, that's what it was. It's not like today. It sucks.
Right.
In the old days, you missed it. It
does?
was great.
I didn't
it
miss
was
it.
amazing.
You were there in the 80s?
No, but I was there in the
Okay, don't
early thousands.
No, don't bring him in right now.
Yeah.
Go.
I danced at Cherry
No,
Grove.
but it's not like
Okay,
it was.
hey.
Of course it's not.
So we spent a weekend at Cherry Grove Hotel. Remember, it was like 2 beds with no carpeting. It was a wood floor. It was like, for sex. So me and my good friend, who is the other cocaine addict, we go out there together. And I think the whole weekend we both had one hamburger. And I was...
I do the haze. Go.
I think I weighed 1.5 pounds. Mm-hmm. And I weighed more at birth. That's how thin I was. I was like so... like that. I actually still have a pair of pants I wore back then. Every now and again I look at it and I go, I can't believe how thin I was.
Okay, go.
That's what I miss. I can't believe how good and thin I was.
Oh, Yvette.
So now I'm out there and I go up to this woman. Now I was pretty successful with dating and all of that. There was something charm about me. I don't know what it was. So I go up to this woman, no idea who she is. Hey, and I'm like, trying to be like that.
Right.
Hey, I'm cool. I'm good looking.
Did you have a
I'm
leather
like,
jacket on?
I don't know. It was the summer, probably not. So
Go.
So I go up to this woman and I go, hey, you want to dance? Well, I don't know who this woman is to this day. I don't know who saved my life. She looked at me with this horror. This is...
Right.
And she's like, you're a drug addict. Okay. Now, my friends for a long time are like, you got to stop, you got to this. And I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm okay. I'm good. I don't know. This stranger somehow got through to me. I don't know what it was. It just was like...
Wow.
Oh my God.
Someone just needed to, you had no investment in you.
No
and
investment.
you had no
yeah.
investment in them.
And because a long time, my friends, I want to take you to a meeting, I want to take you to, and it was like, no, I know.
Right.
This person, till to this, if you recognize this story, I just want to thank you. I don't know who the hell you are. Anyhow, so then I call my friend crying. I'm like, I'm a drug addict.
Right.
I'm a drug addict. I
She
need
was like,
help. I need
Will
help.
you stop? Stop! Go.
You've been on your phone the last...
No, I was looking up how many followers she had, and it's my show.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry for responding.
Can I get a vodka? Is it
No,
possible
it's
we can
I
order
just
in?
am like, this is
Michelle,
such
you're an alcoholic.
I know.
Michelle.
Now I changed seats on the Titanic. So
This is such an important thing, and then he has to fucking interrupt. Go ahead. So this woman.
Okay, so now-
you say to yourself, "Oh my God."
I call my
apologize.
friend and I go, "Oh my God, I just you're right. So my friends so great. They took me to a meeting right away, and I
That
was,
night?
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
next I got home from Fire Island. They took me right
Did you
away.
do any more coke after
well?
that
It was
night?
so well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
go
mean,
ahead.
you don't just. But
Right.
you go into a meeting, and
Yeah.
then you tell them, and I lived. Oh, whoops! I'm sorry. I lived like up the block from where this meeting was. They took me, and all I love. That's what I love about AA, NA. They just
Yeah.
fucking they just love you, you know,
Right.
unconditionally. So all these people came to my apartment and threw out my scale.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm like, you know how much that was? And I was crying. No, they dumped all my alcohol down the thing. I thought I was going to fucking kill myself.
Right.
They go, no, you can't have this in your apartment. Well, let me tell you something. I went through, I went, and I used to get cocaine. Here's the sickness of it. I used to go up to Harlem by myself. I'd be in a basement with older men that didn't speak. I met this guy on the side of the road up on the Henry Hudson Park. I mean, I am shocked but that's what it does to you.
Right. And you're so lucky you're alive.
I am so lucky I
Right.
wasn't raped.
Right.
Which is, am I not attractive? I'll
Right.
ask you, am I not attractive? No,
So-
I was, Seth, am I cute? Would you
Hi.
want me? Hello. So I look back at that and I go, holy fuck. And I remember I had a girlfriend who was in the hospital very sick, and I chose to go get Coke than to go visit
then
her.
you know, right.
Yeah, in the hospital. Here's another intervention story that I swear to God, it's almost like nobody believes this story. It's the truth. I'm on the subway and I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, I don't think I could do this. I got to go get Coke. I got to get.
This is right at this time.
Yeah, this is like, a
Right.
couple of weeks in, and I'm like, this is killing me. I'm like, I'm.
Right.
I took a leave of absence from my job.
Right.
I said to my brother, I went to him and I said, look, I got to leave for a while.
Right.
He thought I had AIDS. He was
Right.
thrilled that I was a cocaine addict. So, because I said I have to talk to you,
Right,
and he
right.
just thought people all had AIDS in that time, and I was
Right.
like, no, I'm just a cocaine addict. So he was
Right.
thrilled, and so I took time off because I could not focus. As a matter of fact, I know I'm bouncing around.
No.
No, the
You're
bouncing.
not.
Because when I was working in sales, you know how you get on cocaine.
Sales?
Sales. When I was the vice president of sales. So you know how you get on coke. Does anybody know? In case you don't, I know they're all shaking their heads, but
No,
they
we
were trying to
don't know.
pretend.
Right.
But this was how you were on cocaine, the mood swings. Do you know about? Okay. You just
Don't
like.
ask him.
Okay. Don't get involved.
My brother Josh has a similar sort of journey, very
Yeah.
different but similar
Okay.
to yours.
Go ahead.
So
Because
I've seen it.
cocaine is like, you go from, hi, how you doing? It's like Judy Gold. Hi, how you doing? Get the fuck out of my way. It's like that.
Right.
There is no in between. You go from
Okay.
here to here.
Right, okay.
So there I am. I'm making
Cocaine.
Thanks.
It's like
it's
Judy
like
Gold.
being Judy Gold.
Yeah.
Thanks. Which
So-
is why I don't do.
So this is when I took the leave of absence. I had all these big clients. I made a lot of money. I had these big. So one of my bigger clients, and they, we developed so we were always
Right.
like, they call you, where's my
Right.
job? Where's
Right.
my job? So I pick up the phone. I'm still on coke. Hi, where's my job? Well, we're working on it. It should be done soon. Hang up the phone. 10 minutes later, same customer. So how is it going? I go, same thing as 10 minutes ago. We're still working on it. You're on the top of the
Right.
list. Then it rings again. Do you want me to fucking kill myself for you? What the fuck? This is me talking to one of my
Right.
best clients. You want me to fucking
Right.
What do you want me to do? I can't make you. I'll fucking kill. This is me to a client.
Right.
And
Did
that's-
anyone hear you?
Yeah, everybody in the office. And so that's when everybody was like,
Whoa. Hey.
Yeah. So that's when I took my leave of absence, and guess what? They were happy to see me go.
Okay. So
after
you're
that,
on the
anyway,
subway.
so now I'm on the subway. It's like a withdrawal, and I'm thinking because a couple of stops in is the Spanish doorman from this building that I did
Hola.
a lot of my dealing with.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I would go. I love. Buenas noches. So
Yeah.
anyway, so we would go to. I would go see him. He was the doorman at this building by my job that I would get some coke from. So I said, I'm going to get off the subway and go. I can't do this. I can't stay clean. I can't. I swear on my life, God, this guy gets on the train. He stands directly in front of me, directly in front of me, and in AA they give you keychains.
Right.
6 months sober.
Yeah.
He had a whole fucking thing of keychains.
No way.
I'm not kidding. Right in front of me. Right in front of me. And I'm so, my head is so
Right.
cloggy from all this. I'm thinking, they have someone following
Right,
me.
right, right.
That's what I
Paranoid.
thought.
Right.
Oh my God, this program sends followers.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like, now I can't get off. That's what I thought.
They do.
Was that not an intervention or what? Was that the fucking craziest
So wait, so you
intervention?
look at this and how
I
do
don't
you
get
feel?
off. I don't get off because I think this guy's following me. He's going
Right.
to, he's going to find out that
Right.
I'm going to get my coke and,
Right.
they're going to throw me out of the program
Right,
and
right,
blah, blah,
right,
blah,
right.
blah, blah. And from that day on, never again
So when
did I
did you?
touch.
Did he get off the subway before you?
That I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. All I know is I got off at my stop and I
you
went to
home.
meetings.
Did you ever say anything to him?
No, I just sat there looking at him. I could not believe he stood right in front of me, and it was like the whole list of those little,
Right.
keychain
Wow.
things. And I'm like,
It was your
holy-
future on a keychain.
Isn't that crazy?
That was beautiful.
So I mean,
Go ahead.
so after that, I was really, and I went to meetings all day long.
That's so good.
I went all day.
Well, you have to, because otherwise you'd be doing coke
all day, all day. I went from one to it, and where I lived in the village, they had all day.
Right.
You know, there was so many.
Right.
And this is how I really got into doing stand-up, is that they were doing. You know, there's so many talented people.
Right.
Through 12-step meetings.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
not kidding.
Yeah.
So, I believe it.
Yeah. No, because they were so loving. You could do whatever you want. They would encourage you.
Right.
You know, you
and
never
they laugh at the truth.
Well, not
because
just that.
Oh my God!
because they identify.
Okay. Can you let her?
I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
love
I
you,
thought we
Hennessy.
were having a
I
conversation.
know, but you make more eye contact with Hennessy. That's the problem. Then you
Okay.
engage him,
Okay.
and he thinks he's allowed to
I think
talk.
I'm just
He's
trying
on
to
VP.
find out who's the alcoholic with the name Hennessy.
I know. Go ahead.
Anyway, so now, you know, that's one thing about it, you know, when people go to the program, because you know what? You get that you never get from a family that you don't, they like, yes, we'll
Unconditional.
unconditional love. And
Right.
oh my, I was like, I'm home. I love this. I mean, I
Right.
loved the meetings. I loved the people. I never felt this much love in my life.
Right.
So now they were doing a weekend event that was called the Roundup, where everybody, you know, it's a workshops and meetings and shows that only people in the program would write.
Right.
So they were doing, you know, and they're so talented. And I said, could we do a cabaret show?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, one night and blah, 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 blah. And I'd like to, you know, do stand-up.
Right.
And I was new, but
Right.
I was nervous. But let me tell you, if you're going to do stand-up,
That's the place to do
that's the
it.
fucking audience. You know, it just was, you know, I still have that on a cassette tape that night. I still have
You
that
have that cassette tape?
of them that night.
Oh my God, you have to use that in your show.
Oh my God, I have that cassette tape.
You should get it digitized.
I know, I have to. I don't know how to do cassette to digital.
Yeah, you could give it to Hennessy and then you'll get it back in 5 years. Like you can give her all of your family videos and ask for like 3 years where they are, and then get them back 3 years later, and then
it's like my friend Ricky with my jewelry.
Yeah, he can drill a hole into the. He's really mad at me. Look at him. All right, go ahead.
I'm not mad at you.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
I'm taking notes.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I would love to have that. So I still have it, and I recorded that, and I would play it over and over, and the response was unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, it was.
And that's another. That's like when someone asks me, "How did you feel the first time you did stand up?" I say it's like the first time you did coke.
It's absolutely.
It's like, and you can never get that feeling again.
No, I'm telling you, I played
and I only did coke a handful of times, but I remember going, "Oh, this is so fun!" You know,
unbelievable. It is because you know what, especially
it's
for
a high,
people
you know,
who are looking for that. You know,
it's a chasing a high.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's why when I first did that, I played that tape over and I would just listen to it all day long. I would just listen to it all day long.
That's so much better than doing coke.
Well, it was.
All right.
It was, and you know what? And because of those people, that's why I'm doing it today.
Right.
And they were like,
that
"Oh
is
my
a beautiful
God,
story.
you have to do this."
And do you see those people
this.
at your shows?
Oh yeah,
Still,
I know some of those people that come to my shows.
Wow.
And they go, "I remember when you." It's like.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
So, you have been making a living doing stand-up for how long?
Well, but when I first did this with the AANA people, and you know, when you first get clean, your mind is all over. You shouldn't make decisions. They're like, this is what you should do. So I decide, I go into my company, I'm leaving.
Right.
I'm not working here anymore because I was unhappy. You know, it's not what I wanted to.
Right. Especially now that you know what you're meant to do.
Well, it took a long time. I didn't want to
How
go.
old are you at this point?
I'm in my
30s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much late 30s.
Well, that's when Phyllis Diller started.
I know.
37. Go.
Yeah, I was in my late 30s.
Okay.
So now I go and I'm like...
And you're clean.
I'm clean.
Do you drink?
No, do nothing. I didn't drink for 16 years.
Okay.
Nothing.
And you smoke cigarettes?
Cigarettes
All
I
right,
smoke
okay.
to death. But,
All right.
Nothing else. And so I go and I quit my job, not thinking how you're going to pay your bills.
Right.
Anyhow, because I still have that apartment I
Right.
bought, the co-op. Just to make a long story longer, I ended up...
Yeah.
I ended up from owning this apartment to sleeping on my friend's couch.
Wow.
Yeah. I was sleeping on my
For
friend.
your art.
For my art.
Hey.
Yeah,
you
imagine.
happier?
And I don't have that apartment anymore, and right now I'd be sitting pretty if I
Right.
did. I wouldn't have to worry my financial future, which scares me
Right.
on a regular basis.
Okay, but it's scary. Everyone's
Hi,
in
if
that
I get
situation.
$1 from everyone, I'll feel good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I ended up, and of course I was like,
Now,
what the fuck did I do? I'm on my friend's couch, and I
Right.
owned an apartment not long
Right.
ago. And I'm thinking, I hate those AA people.
Right.
Yeah. Those fuckers talked
They
me into
saved
this.
your life.
But I did go to their meetings all
So
the time for
so
years, 16 years.
When you started doing stand-up, what was your home club? Or did you mostly go to gay clubs?
No. I started in, remember,
Comedy U Grand.
they had, what was the other ones? They had, remember the New York Comedy Club
New York Comedy
upstairs
Club. There were so many...
little places you could perform.
yeah, Debbie Casper's place.
Oh, yeah. And then there was that pizzeria that, what's her name, died from AIDS. She was so funny.
Oh, Carol. Carol Henry. I talk about her all the time.
You do?
Yes, and her mother still writes to me. She always sends cards. She was fucking hilarious.
I remember because she'd be at this place that I performed,
Yeah.
and I'd go,
I loved Carol.
My God. And I remember there was, the New York Comedy Club was Brett Butler. I never understood a word she said. And I was like, there's Elvis. Right.
Henriette comes on and does Brett for like an hour, and I want to kill myself. Go ahead.
God. Jesus.
How you doing?
Here's somebody who fucked up on drugs, okay?
Yeah.
You see what drugs can
Yeah.
do?
Okay, so...
Anyway, so...
But you do the stand-up.
So I'm going around. I'm doing a little of the stand-up, and it was hard. It was hard. You know how it was. You start, you do, wait 4 hours to do.
Right.
And the first place I did legit comedy. At the beginning with the open mics,
Right.
Ye Old Triple Inn. Did you ever go to the?
Yes, of course.
God, the Ye Old Triple Inn.
Oh, my God.
Just by the name of it, could you picture?
I
Ye
went
Old.
everywhere. I
Oh, me too.
started at like 6 o'clock at
Yeah.
some happy hour, and I went. All I wanted was stage time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then the road was hell. Then hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
See, I didn't do the road.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I can't talk about its PTSD.
Oh yeah,
All
I
right.
heard it was. I did some, but what happened is that so the Ye Old Triple Inn was hilarious. People, you get up at you sign up at 8, you're on
Yeah.
at 2 in the morning.
Right.
There's 4 drunks in the room.
Yeah.
And this is me
Hey.
doing jokes about my grandmother.
Right.
my grandma.
But it was
yeah.
fun. Okay. Now, because we only have
Yeah.
20 minutes left.
Okay, so-
I want to
Yeah.
get into the fact that you end up doing stand up, but you have. I mean, you're such a great. You have so many great stories and of survival and
Mm-hmm.
coping and some sort of divine interventions
Exactly, yeah.
and following that and go. But yet, the one thing about you that is confusing to me is that you've had such a hard time coming out on stage, coming out for straight
I know.
audiences.
Yeah, I don't,
And it's
yeah.
for straight, not gay audiences,
Right.
but
Yeah.
the one phobia that you have
Is coming out.
that you
Yes.
won't. And yet you could probably go in front of these straight audiences and say, I was a drug addict.
Yeah. Yeah,
I dealt coke. And yet
Coming out was.
coming out has been, and we've talked about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. You're right.
And I don't know, is it what do you think it is that is?
You know what?
Is it it could be your generation, but I
think
do.
it's a generational thing because I remember when I was young and I didn't know what you called it. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I? What? To me it was, I'm sick. There's a sickness. I have a sickness. Cocaine was not a sickness. That was that was the drug. But this was I thought I was a sickness, and I always would go to sleep dreaming they're going to beat me up in school. they're going to throw me
if
out
they
of
find
school.
out. If they find out. Yeah. Oh, I mean the fear.
The
Like I
fear in
remember
those
the
days.
fear
Oh, my
of
God.
finding out. Oh my God, my life is going to be. And I feel like,
Me too.
you know, that kids, the millennials now,
They don't. It's great.
and I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
But like where our country is now, you forget. You forget what it was like before, or you're not reminded. Like
Right.
like girls who didn't vote for Hillary because they're like, oh, there's going to be a woman. There's going to be a woman eventually. Why do I
Oh,
have to
God,
vote for
yes,
her?
please.
Have no idea. Haven't lived as a woman for 50 years or 40 years or 60 years, so they don't know. You know what? Maybe there isn't, not for a long time. You don't fucking know, you know?
Yeah.
But
so,
their paradigm as they get older, don't you think they'll bring that with them and things will change?
yeah, I don't know. Because
Do you have a lot of millennial listeners to your?
Yeah, I think we do. And I love them because, you know, the more I read about them and the more I talk to them, don't do drugs.
Yeah, they don't.
Don't drink.
I don't
do
have to
that.
explain my
but
existence
you know what? Can
to
I
them.
just say
and I
what-
don't have
yeah.
to. And you say I'm gay, I'm a lesbian,
It's
or
no big deal.
Henry's. I have too much.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well,
Zero.
you know what? The millennials, the only thing I see is that, in my opinion, and don't hate me, still be a Twitter, is I find that it's more a me generation.
It's definitely
it's not
a me.
like let me be kind to the person next to me. No, let me close the door on their face. That's fine. Let me
That's
not give,
true. That
let me
is
not
true.
give them my seat when I'm on a subway.
Because you know what? They're
You know-
they're not having enough human contact.
But
so they don't.
Maybe that's what it
in
is.
other ways.
Yes.
They
no,
are
but the
having
fucking
more
phone,
than we did.
the phone.
But I just see these kids don't get up for an elderly woman on the. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's like, get the fuck
I'm sorry.
up.
The phone is a fucking.
Yeah.
You look down. You're never. I do a joke now where I go, this is how we used to walk down the street. And I like walk down the street with my head up looking.
Yeah.
It's like they're missing out on so much.
But it's
like
also the reason why that you don't have to explain your existence to them.
That's one part of it. That's one
is.
little, but that's not the.
Yeah.
It's still a huge. The bigger part of it is that they don't know how to make eye contact. They don't know how to walk around. They don't know how to be without being connected.
Well, I was saying the other day how, you know, the 80s and the 70s, as much as like we didn't have a cell phone.
Right.
I went
And
out
early 90s, yeah.
4 nights a week. We went dancing. We were not online dating.
No, we were.
We would look at somebody in a bar and go up, hey, so what do you do?
yeah.
Human contact.
Now you don't have to find people in bars. You can find people that have
Hennessy.
interests.
No.
the same as yours.
but it was
Hennessy,
you don't.
Hennessy,
No.
listen.
I'm just saying there are two sides
I understand.
to every.
I know,
Yeah,
and
but
I
no,
hear
no,
you're
but
playing
you-
devil's advocate. That's
yeah.
not the fucking point we're trying to make. Yes, things are easier for you. Things are easier. You can meet people. We don't. You know, I do a bit in my act about you know, when I was growing up, and I should do this bit more about how when I met my grandparents' friends, it was like I was in the camps, and then you know they had just been liberated, and then they came, and you know, and I see a man, and he says to me, you know, and like those were the stories about how people met.
Yeah.
And now the stories will be, so I was on Tinder and I was like,
exactly. Yeah.
Swipe left, you know.
Well, but it also about going out was not just about meeting people like a new date. It was about socializing.
Right.
With my friends. We would dance, we would hang out, we would
We
dance.
still do that, and kids still do that today.
Hennessy,
There's nowhere to go
I
today.
know that you're going to be really defensive about this.
I'm not. I'm on your side.
Allow us this. That it was a different time, that
Of
it was
course.
different, and people played cards, and they played mahjong, and they had book
I'm not
clubs. I mean, they
arguing with
still.
you.
Mahjong, where's the bell? Okay.
I'm not
But,
arguing with you on this.
I understand, but can you fucking? I'm the host, and you're supposed to go along with what and follow my lead, okay?
I am.
And I know you're the voice of this millennial, whatever.
Yes.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm really not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to speak with
It's
you.
a millennial point of view. A millennial
I understand,
point of view.
but his
millennial point.
know.
Call me whatever you want. I am not a millennial either. I am in that middle part.
Right.
Are you over millennial?
I'm over millennial.
Okay.
I've gotten half and
But
half.
what, as a parent
Okay.
of millennials, and as someone who sees how the world has changed,
Right.
it's really disturbing. And the lack of contact. I mean, there's great things. I can FaceTime my kids.
Right.
But no one writes letters anymore. I write letters. I write thank you notes.
Yeah.
There's something
We
about...
could type 60 words a minute. Yeah.
I guess the only reason I bring it up, I want to bring it up, is because both of you, especially as women and as lesbians and as people that have that are in the public eye, you have laid down a foundation for the youth today.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That makes it easier for them,
right?
And that makes it less, difficult for them,
right?
And that makes them care about other different things that are different.
I get it. They do focus on other things and that's great.
And they're taking advantage of the freedoms that you gave them. I just want you to keep perspective also.
That's fine. But we're talking. But the question posed to Michele was, why is it so difficult for you to come out to a bunch of straight people on stage?
Absolutely.
And there is an internalized homophobia of people from my generation and the generation before because of the closet we had to live in growing up, and that we had to pretend we were someone else.
Exactly.
And that the rejection and and so when I think about Edie Windsor, who just God rest her soul,
God bless her.
The story that gets me the most is that in 1967, her girlfriend Thea proposed to her in 1967. Had the gumption, had the thought process that this is a possibility.
This is right.
That I love you like they love, like men love women or women love men, and that it was, I mean, I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to. I couldn't do it.
And that's one of the greatest love stories, those two.
That is one of the greatest
love stories.
But
that's like Romeo and Juliet if it worked out.
And I've talked to Michele about this.
People will accept a drug addict. See, in my mind,
more than
that happens to people.
But even
then a lesbian.
But I've talked to people. I've talked to older. I've asked women who I know are racist. I remember asking someone, "Would you rather your daughter be gay or marry a black guy?" And no, I'm serious.
Yes.
And they've been like, it's like a hard decision for them.
Right.
You're so fucking racist and homophobic.
Right.
But it's better that she's with a man.
Absolutely.
And I asked this woman because she said something that I realized she was a racist, and I had to call her on it. So, but it's also this, we're not valid. It's not as valid.
Right.
And it's absolutely. It's so personal.
Well, I have this thing that I'll do.
And I want you, you're such a role model. And your generation, there's so many women your age who didn't come out until later and did have this fake life.
Right.
And have kids. That's not fake, but you know what I mean. Lived a loveless marriage,
right?
Because they
exactly, so they wouldn't,
right. And now it would be great to have a voice like yours, not be afraid. So when you do these cruise ships,
that's what I love about you, because you're out there, and I the first time I remember for years you never brought it up when you first started comedy. And I was, an admirer of Judy Gold, very, very big admirer.
Thanks.
And then one day you started talking about, being a lesbian, and I was like, wow.
Well, I had
Judy
kids.
Gold. Judy came out and did this whole thing, and I was like so impressed. And still, I was like, I don't think I could do that.
Oh, it scared me.
Oh my God! I was I was so. But and then I saw it really. Did it impact your career at all?
Yes, absolutely.
It did.
I came out in the mid '90s, I guess, after Henry was born. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, the Jew thing was always like, you're too Jewish, you're too Jewish. But then the lesbian thing definitely had an impact. And it's interesting because I'm not gay enough to be in that gay. And I never wanted to be known as a gay. I just wanted to be a comic who happens to be gay.
Right.
Which is what our goal is.
Which is what happened to me. Once somebody found out, that's another thing. When they found out that I was I didn't from the very beginning. I
never
show
denied
was
it.
never gay. Never
because
gay.
it was. I didn't have material about
Yeah.
that. I was with Sharon. It was boring.
And I was, because somebody found out I was a lesbian.
Right.
So all of a sudden,
you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Blanche.
And then, but all of a sudden it was like gay show.
Right.
I never was treated like a regular comic from that point on.
And it's like that's what you wanted. I came up in mainstream, and then. But my act evolved as I evolved.
Right,
I became a parent. And I was like, I'm not going to. What does that say to my kids that I don't talk about it on stage?
Exactly.
Like, by the way, this is bad. This is bad. We don't talk. And I was like, fuck
well, I'm
that
very
shit.
proud of you for that. That's great.
And you did bring it into mainstream, and you did normalize it. Yeah. And you know what? 2 minutes after your set about mentioning you're gay, people fucking forgot about it. And that's
right. And I talked about it as a mother.
Yeah.
And and people were like, oh, and they're laughing about the same situations because they're also parents.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And now you're identifying with a gay.
Right. But so I totally get where you come from.
Me too, because also by coming out, you're basically saying, hey, everyone, think about my pee-pee.
But can you...
take a minute and think about my twat. That's what you're saying.
Okay, Hennessy, I have fucking asked you to stop with the pee-pee. I swear to God, I can't.
That's what coming out is, though.
No, it is. Can you shut up?
To a straight audience?
No, it's not. It's not about thinking about your genitals. It's thinking about...
It is for them. What do you think they're grossed out by, though?
Drag queens. Anyway,
you got to stop. It's not. You're
So
not
funny.
following me. You're going on your own agenda, and it's annoying. Okay, so
I love these.
And even Michele Balan was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Okay, you know how much mail we're gonna get about this, Hennessy. We're talking about an internalized homophobia that is not about your. Whatever. Anyway, so when you do cruise ships a lot,
right?
A lot.
Here's the funny part.
And you're on the straight cruise ships, and you don't come out.
I don't come out. But the thing is that I don't lie. I don't say, well, my boyfriend and I went here. I just do an act that doesn't mention.
Do you ever?
But if anybody Googled, the funny part is that everybody says to me, I think they know. I mean, I'll have dinner with somebody, and with my age, of course, they go, you're married, and I go, no. Well, do you have kids? And I go, no. And I think at that point they go, huh. And then they go, do you enjoy the rice we're having? You know what I mean? Like,
right, but
like they
let
comes to them, but they don't say
but
it.
That's your MO, is that you just answer the question. So I say,
I don't, right.
And I'll say, no, I'm gay.
Yeah.
No, I'm gay. I have a partner.
Yeah.
Even when kids are like, Ben is 6'7", so they'll be like, oh, is his dad tall? He has 2 moms.
Yeah. See, that's great. I give you so much credit,
No,
man.
because you know why? And a lot of times it's about them. You're protecting them.
I know.
And you're not. They need to know that this is normal.
I know.
That this is the way it is. That we exist, and you know us, and you like us. And that's why it's so important.
See, in my mind, too, though, I mean, there's 2 things. One, I always felt like gay men could get away with it a lot more because it was always
they're
gay
feminine.
men. Well, not just that, because it was always the hairdresser that was gay. It was the
best friend, girl's best friend, girl's best.
Yeah,
yes.
It was my designer. Get a gay guy. Get a gay.
Right.
They never said go get a lesbian to do this. So people have always been way more comfortable with gay men.
I've heard gay men talk about lesbians like hating them.
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
That's, to me, the saddest
I
part.
got thrown out of this gay guy's house in Fire Island back, and he made us leave. He made us leave because we were women. He got mad at his friend. He brought us. He goes, "You let women in here?"
Oh, fuck you!
And he threw us out.
You came out of a woman. You fucking.
I know. That's what makes me crazy.
I said cunt.
When they say I hate vagina, I go, "Really? Because how do you think you fucking got here?" Please, I hate when they do that.
Yeah,
the vagina, really?
It's the.
Shut the fuck. That part makes me crazy when they put down.
So,
but I, it's like. I really admire you for doing it because I guess there's a part of me too that I'm on the stage and I'm thinking if I lose this job, I have to move in with Judy Gold. And
that's fine.
And her kids.
I have room.
So
hey.
So I think there's a part of me that I'm always still afraid. Oh, you're going to lose. You're never going to be booked back on this cruise ship.
Right, but it's not true. Yeah. It's not true, and it's also, look, you do what you have to do.
Right.
but you have to realize that you have such an amazing story and it needs to be told. And you need
that's
to
why I'm writing the show, the book, the memoir, whatever
but
the hell it is.
You gotta really focus on that.
Yeah.
You gotta really focus on that. And
I'm gonna
this
have
is your
you help
goal.
me put it together.
Yes, you need to do this because it's an important story and it's fascinating, and the way you tell it is so fucking funny.
I keep picturing a movie when I'm listening to the story.
This is so fucking great.
I want to see the movie.
Right.
See the movie?
I do.
Hey.
The part of Michele Balan will be played by Hennessy.
But you got to do this, Michelle.
I no longer want to see the movie.
You can't. You got to do it. It's such a great story.
I'm an award-winning actor, Seth. I won an Icelandic Academy Award. Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Oh, ding.
So, since we have to kind of wrap it up, even though I could sit here all day. Number one.
I know.
No, we asked our listeners, our fucking guests, these two questions.
Okay.
All right. I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, but she already.
Have you ever been on antidepressants?
Oh, Jesus, I'm on them now.
Okay. What are you on? We're very pro whatever mental health, because I told the woman I'm mentally ill.
I'm on two different ones.
What? Me too.
One I don't kill you, and one I don't kill myself.
Yeah. What's...
what the fuck are they called? I don't know. They're the...
Wellbutrin?
No, Wellbutrin
Paxil.
made me crazy. No, it's a generic version of...
Lexapro.
No.
Celexa. Effexor.
Maybe it's Effexor. Maybe it's
Effexor.
I think it's a... And then there's this stuff called lamotrigine.
Yeah.
Are you on lamotrigine?
No. Isn't it something else?
See, this could be the generic.
Lamictal?
I think it is. Lamictal. Are you on? Yeah.
No, I've been on everything.
Yeah.
I've been on everything.
I just had him up did you go to a psychiatrist for it?
I go to my psychopharmacologist who's amazing.
Well, mine is absolutely out of his mind.
Okay.
He's just dead, but he gives you pills. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
He's pinching from his stash.
Oh my God, exactly.
What pisses you off more than anything in the entire world?
Besides me.
Jesus.
You are on my kill me now list right now.
That.
It's like I've asked you over and over to stop with the pee vagina, twat. I've asked you. I know.
Stop from saying it?
I find that, and I don't know if it's a matter of aging and being through the life I've been through. So many things piss me off. What bothers me the most is people being inconsiderate.
Right.
That fucking gets thoughtless. Like, I am the only one on this planet.
Right.
I won't hold the door for you. I'll slam it in your face. I will play my music so loud that I don't care that I'm waking.
Right.
I have my girlfriend's 86-year-old mother in my house. And when I hear these things...
Oh, no, not Jewish. Sorry.
Yeah. I think to myself... There's an elderly woman in my apartment trying to sleep. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what? People are just... It's all about me. I'm
telling you, because they're stuck in their fucking phone in their head. And, you know what I fucking hate? I live on the Upper West Side, okay? Right by Amsterdam Avenue. And I often will be laying in bed. I read before I go to sleep. So I'll be laying in bed. It's 1:30 in the morning. And some fucking piece of shit will drive by with the fucking windows open, blasting fucking rap or shit,
Yeah.
whatever, fuck you, out of the fucking car.
Me too.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know what?
Fuck you.
I
you
have
fucking asshole. Sorry.
I cannot believe that I have not been murdered because I say to those people, I run out of my apartment, I go, shut the fuck. I yell at people.
I've screamed out the window.
I scream at people on the subway. I go, get your ass up. Do you not see this? And these two guys said to me,
I've done that.
I'm fine.
does that.
You're more upsetting. More.
Chemda. No,
but you know what? It doesn't matter. People say, Linda would say, when you leave the house, please don't get into a fight. But you know what? I look at it this way. I would rather say something and die than just ignore it. You know what I mean? Then ignore. So at least I feel like, before I go, maybe I've taught them something. I've gone up to guys and I go, you have to pick your pants up. You really do. I love
that.
Oh, I cannot stand that fucking look and how people let people work in a place like that.
Right,
like,
right.
what has happened to this country?
How is that comfortable anyway?
I know. Yeah, and how do they stay up?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the story.
Shut up, Seth.
You shut up. I'm sorry.
I'm with Seth.
That was
no, I love
We're
you,
loving
Seth.
each other.
I love you, Seth. I once got on the subway and there was either a homeless or a drug, whatever, laying on
The entire
8 seats.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, you know what?
Did
No.
you buy 8 tickets?
Right. So I tapped him on the leg.
Yeah.
I said, excuse me. Okay. I sat down. He then tortured me the entire, fuck you motherfucker! Your mother should have had an abortion! You're a fucking asshole!
God,
Fuck you!
oh, God.
You know, like the whole, and I was like so stubborn. I was like, I'm not even going to react.
Yeah. Right.
And he would sit.
That's great.
Oh, you want to sit? You want to sit? You motherfucker. You know. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. But
But are you
I
glad?
I see kids, school kids on the bus when an old lady. Fuck you! I'm pregnant.
Yes.
Pregnant.
They don't
people.
even get up.
No, and it's like your fucking
Oh, my
mother was
God.
pregnant, and it's men who don't get up.
Can I tell you what happened? I'm getting on the
Hey.
subway. This
Yeah.
young boy, millennial, bangs into me, knocks me out of the seat, and sits down.
No way.
Oh, my God.
What'd you say?
I said to him, I cannot believe you just did that. I go, that you knocked me. How dare you?
Right.
He goes, I go, would you like someone to do that to your mother? He goes, my mother could stand.
Wow.
Do you believe
Fuck
that?
No.
him.
And then I said to him,
That's just an asshole.
oh my God. And then I
How
said, how
old?
about, he said to be in
20s?
his 20s.
Uh-huh.
And then I said, okay, how about
I
you
farted, by the way, and it really smells. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. No, I
It's
don't
like
smell
a
it.
coffee fart.
I don't
Okay.
smell it.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, how about your grandmother?
Yeah. And
She's tough. Well, then I sat down next to him. Person next to him got up, and I sat the whole time like this.
well, she's staring at him.
Staring at him. Staring at his fucking... And he was afraid. He wouldn't even look at me. I just stared like this.
I want to
The whole-
record you and Judy riding the train together, just
Oh,
like
God.
sitting on either side of
But
it.
we should go. You know
what? We
there
should
needs-
we should go.
I would love it.
Out one day
And just do it.
just do bus rides
and just yell at
yeah.
people.
And do it all. I would love
Let's
to.
do
you know
that.
what?
Let's do that.
follow you.
I would love to. I would love it.
That's something we're doing. We're
Let's
gonna do it like
you know what? Maybe before we
Hey,
die,
Seth.
we could teach these people
Yes.
a little bit of manner, a little bit of fuck.
I mean, people
fucking
don't
manners.
in my building. They don't hold. Like I'm at the mailbox and they go in the elevator
And they won't even
They
hold
don't
it.
hold. And I'm like, can you hold it, please?
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't
fucking
hold it
because
for
you
you
know
either,
what?
Judy.
They're all into themselves. I mean, even when I was coming. Is that my phone?
This is like a dream and a nightmare.
Judy, I was just gonna say it happens to men too. I once stopped someone from walking in the subway to let a woman go before
Right.
me, and I'll just let her in. He wanted to fight me. You know,
Hey.
He literally
No
wanted
way.
to fight me.
I've
Yeah.
had.
'Cause
You know,
I
you're
let a
standing
woman go in
there,
the subway.
right? And
Yeah.
you're standing there, right? And you know the doors. The subway's going to open, and like a young millennial will fucking push you.
Yep. Yeah.
And
well, like
grab
this
a
guy.
seat,
My
you know.
mother could stand. I'm like,
You're a
holy
fuck.
fuck.
You got to sit right in their lap.
You know what? I don't know why she opened her legs to let you a little
I know.
fucker out. You know what I mean?
because her parents
Yeah.
told her that contraception was
But
not
I see
good.
how, you know what? There's so much. I hate
Okay,
to say.
Hennessy, here's another tangent of not following my lead.
You know what? That
There
one
is
I'll
a
give
lot
you.
of-
I'll give you
Okay,
that one.
thank
There's
you.
a lot of, I see this on cruise ships. There's so much bad parenting. They let their kids do whatever
Right.
they want. They'll let them run in the dining room with elderly people.
Right.
They're holding their plates. I'm like, and I could lose my job. I go, stop running.
Oh, we got to do this video.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, I can't. I would rather die making justice.
We got it.
I really did. I
Okay,
really would.
I'm back. We're doing this.
I
We're
would
gonna
love to.
We're gonna just spend the day on buses.
On buses or
Okay, or subways.
Subways, buses.
And we
even when, here's one other thing. Look, you got me started with makes you, like coming here, I was in a Via, which I love. And you know, there you are, you're crossing, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden the light changes. Now, instead of letting this guy pull up, people walk in front of the car.
Right.
One more second, this guy would move up, and these
Right.
people wouldn't make traffic.
Right.
They wouldn't So I'm out the window going, let him go. I swear to
Right.
the Via guy is like,
Oh, I get in fights in the Via car too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm screaming out the window, let the fucking guy. And the Via guy's looking at me like, "Oh my God, thank you."
You know, it's get you capes.
That would be good.
And maybe a face mask.
Let me just see. Michele Balan.
The two Super Jews.
Super Jews.
Michele Balan.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you on Twitter. You have 1,906 followers.
Wow.
That was in 1906 was me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want you. You got to get up to 2,500 from this
I hope so.
podcast. I mean, you got to follow Michele.
Yeah,
Follow
25.
Michele.
It'll
Tell her
make
how much you love or hate her. Just
you know
Right.
what? Just
give her
to
some
follow me.
feedback.
I don't give a shit if you hate me. I got to look popular.
That's what I'm saying.
Just video yourself of telling off a millennial. Your thing will go up like
Yeah,
by
exactly.
1,000%.
So, and this is we're gonna do this. I can't thank you enough. I
Oh my
cannot
God.
thank you enough.
I can't.
I want you to
this
come
was-
visit. I want you to co-host.
Oh, whatever you want from me,
sit
Judy.
in. You're fucking great,
Oh,
and
I
your
love you,
story's
Judy.
amazing, and it needs to be told. And I really want you to focus on this one person show. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
You have to focus on this.
You got to
Thank you,
take
Judy.
Judy's class.
I
yeah,
love
you
it,
should
yeah.
take my class.
for sure.
Do you have a regular class?
Yeah.
You do? How is it possible? She's so busy. That's why
No,
I said
I
to you. I
do.
don't know where she fucking finds the time to do a
please.
class.
And if I have 3 hours free, I want to kill myself. But
So she records this.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, I mean, my schedule. I am back at the.
All right, I'm going to Provincetown for. Well, this won't
lucky
be
you.
on. This won't be on till 2 weeks, right? Till October 6th, 17th.
When is Women's Week again? October is next weekend.
It's next week, the 9th. We're recording this early.
Oh God, I wish that I could go again
Yeah.
like I used to.
You can.
I
actually.
can. I got something to do.
Whatever.
I love it. I would love it.
We're gonna get you off the cruise ships and
Oh,
onto
please.
an
Land.
off-Broadway stage. I'm not kidding.
So off Broadway, it's in Parsippany.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't care.
And Judy Gold will be one of the producers.
Oh, I would love that.
And director.
Oh, my God.
Well, I don't
right
know about
after
you.
we produce your show, right? You got to produce your show.
Yeah,
first.
whatever. Anyway, Michele Balan at Michele Balan, Michele Balan,
Exactly.
Facecock. You're on Facecock. You're a survivor to the nth degree, and your
fuck
story
yeah.
is amazing.
Oh, and Judy, thank you for having me. You know,
anytime.
I love you. I saw a whole other side of Judy doing this that I could hug her and kiss her and just, don't worry,
What
Elisa.
side
I'm not
was
going
that?
to go any further.
No, she loves you.
But I'm
Hennessy,
around at the end of October if you want to start going around with I'll tell
yes.
you. Yeah.
And Hennessy, you got on my nerves so much today that I can't fucking take it. And the people write in that you interrupt. You have to take my lead. So please write in and say how write to Hennessy and tell him I can't.
And if you like me on the show and enjoy when I join the conversation, also write in.
Okay, we enjoy it, except you got to join. The key word is join, not start a new one.
I'm pretty sure I was joining.
No, you were joining with your you were. I'm talking about internalized homophobia from the growing up and you're like twat and dick. All
Mike,
right.
can I say one more thing on
Yeah.
that subject? Did you
Yeah.
watch Will and Grace last night?
No, I watched it the week before.
Okay, I didn't see it, but last night was interesting because he talked about that. He went on a date with
Yeah.
a 23-year-old, and he says, "Do
Right.
you know who made it easier for
Yeah,
you?"
exactly.
He did this whole thing on this topic. It was great.
A lot of
23-year-old on the
20-year-olds
phone?
know that
Yeah.
though, and look up to you
A
guys.
lot of them don't. You do.
And I am 23.
Seth, I can't thank you enough.
Yes,
this
you
was
were
so
wonderful.
fun.
It was fun. Thanks. It was great to hear. I mean, it was an
Yeah.
amazing story.
Yeah, we love
And
you.
you
Thank
missed
you
part
so
one,
much.
was great.
Part one was even more telling.
I'll go
Like,
back.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you. This was fun. So
yeah.
we'll be in touch. We're going to do
Yeah.
next segment. Me and Judy out on the street getting
Yeah.
murdered. It'll be
Okay,
great.
that'll be fun.
I'm sending myself an email about it.
Okay, good. Thank you all for listening, and as we always say, so long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.